What's happening, people? Thanks for tuning in for another beer review. And check out my new little beer mat. Look, see what it says? I'll tell you what it says. It's Beer Monster O'Clock. So let's crack on with another review. I've been to Home Bargains and picked up a craft lager. It's by the Love Lane Brewery, who are based in Liverpool, I believe. And it's their Baltic lager. It says a refreshing Helles style lager. Bit of judging that, won't we? It's a 440ml can. It's 4.6% ABV. Now, they did used to have a version of this which was 4.4% ABV. So I guess this is a sort of new version. I've not tried the old version, so I won't be able to compare it. But just saying, you know. Cost me £1.29 in the Home Bargains. So it's quite a good deal, really, isn't it? If the lager's any good. If the lager's crap, it don't matter how cheap it is, does it? Anyway, let's crack her open and see what she's all about. It's 25 IBUs. Which of course stands for International Bitterness Rating, Bitterness Units, sorry. So it should have a bit of a bitterness to it. Let's chuck it in the glass and see what it's all about, shall we? It's looking your sort of typical bright, light golden Helles colour, which you normally get from Helles. And we've got a slight haze in there as well. Just give you a bit of a close-up for some beer action. You can see quite slow-moving bubbles, but decent levels of bubbles. Slight haziness to the beer. It's a little murky haze. We've got a white head. Don't look too bad, does it? It looks like a typical sort of craft lager, really. A lot of them do tend to have a bit of a haze to them, because that's what all the cool kids do, innit? Anyway, let's get the nose in there and check out the aroma. Let's check out the aroma of Love Lane's Baltic lager and see whether it smells any good, I suppose. Okay. A very floral lager, this one, on the aroma. There's like a bit of stone fruit in there as well. Got mango and peach, something like that. You can definitely tell it's a craft lager. Bit of citrus. Just slightly floral. I said that already, haven't I? Yeah, it smells alright. It smells a bit like, you know, it's just got that craft lager aroma to it, a bit like a Brewdog Lost or Candom Hells. I hope it don't taste like Candom Hells, so I'm really not a fan of that. But it's slightly reminded me of it on the aroma. But that's been a while since I've had that. And even though taste buds change and all that, don't they? Anyway, let's chuck it down the neck and see if I think it's worth a buy. For £1.29, but it's not too expensive. Hopefully it'll be a nice little bargain that I can recommend to you guys, because nobody's got any bloody money of day. That's why I like trying these Home Bargains beers, even though they're sometimes awful. You do sometimes get a little cracker. So, you know, someone's got to try them out, haven't they? So I'll be a guinea pig. Right, cheers everybody. Bosh. But that's a German style lager. I won't say cheers in German because it is brewed in the UK, Liverpool. Cheers. That is actually rather nice. Helles is not my favourite style of lagers, but I like this one because the key thing is it's got a decent bitterness. I find Helles is a little bit sweet sometimes. They tend to be a bit more full on with the malts and a bit sweeter, and sometimes they lack that kind of hoppy sort of Pilsner thing you'd get with a Pilsner. This one kind of does both. It's quite nice. It's very refreshing. It's got quite a nice body to it for a lager. I'm going to go sort of medium bodied, which I think Helles's do tend to have more of a light to medium or medium sort of body to them. So I guess that's normal of the style. It's quite nice. It's not too flowery. When I on the aroma, I was like thinking to myself, I don't know about this one. It's going to taste like a bunch of flowers. I'm drinking a blended bunch of flowers, but it's thankfully it's a bit more subtle when you don't actually tasting it. The malts are quite sweet. Kind of like wafery, bready malts. My favourite thing about this is the bitterness though, which funny enough come from a Helles. It's really reminded me of a Pilsner quite a lot. You've got like a bit of clovey spice in there. There's definitely some sort of peppery, clovey spice towards the end. Just a touch of the floral hops. But the bitterness is like it lingers for quite a while. And it's like a medium sort of level bitterness, maybe light to medium, but it suits the beer quite well. Yeah, it ain't bad. It's not a great deal else you can really say about it. I mean, it's not the most complex like beer in the world. It's a lager, isn't it? It's just there to be smashed on a hot day, and I think this ticks all the boxes in that sense. It's refreshing. It's got a bit of a crisp dryness on the end. You know, it's quite flavoursome for 4.6% ABV. It's definitely better than Camden Hells in my opinion. And it's cheaper as well. It's more flavoursome than like a Brewdog Lost. I'm mentioning them two beers because a lot of people relate to them too, would have tried them, you know. On the back, I've not read the back yet, it says malts, unique lager malts. The hops are Tetnag, Madarina and Bavarian. On the nose it says herbal, floral and fruity. I would agree with that actually, for sure. And on the palate it says it's dry and honeyed. I'm not really getting honey. There is a sweetness for me, perhaps a little honey, but more sort of wafer-like sort of sweetness. But nevertheless, it says it's crisp and clean, which I'll definitely agree with. So kind of does what it says on the tin, really. I'm going to recommend it and say it's worth a buy. It's nice and cheap. You know, you've not got too much to lose. If you don't like it, don't come moaning to me, because it's only £1.29, isn't it? Give it a go. Judge it for yourself. But I'm going to recommend it as worth a buy. I'm going to say it's decent. And I'm going to give it a decent 8 out of 10. I mean, it's good value. Does what you want it, you know, a lager's supposed to do. Perhaps if you're not too keen on bitter lagers, you might want to swerve this one, because there is quite a reasonable amount of bitterness on the end. That probably won't be for everyone, but it's definitely a bit of me. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this little review, and chat to me in the comments about whether you've tried this beer. Let me know whether you liked it or not, or whether you indeed thought it was a bag of shit. And till next one, guys. Bye-bye, darlings.